We start with breaking news. Armenia is accusing Azerbaijan of ethnic cleansing after it launched a military operation in the disputed territory of Nagorno-Karabakh, which is partly controlled by Armenian-backed forces. Azerbaijan says it is carrying out an anti-terrorist measure in the region. Nagorno-Karabakh is internationally recognised as part of Azerbaijan, but almost all of its inhabitants are ethnic Armenians. Azerbaijan took control of parts of the region after a war against Armenia in 2020. It has since blocked the Lachin corridor, which is its only link with Armenia. Azerbaijan's foreign ministry said peace could only be secured if Armenia gives up control of the region. For more on this, let's bring in Richard Giragosian, an Armenian-American academic and political analyst, and he's the director of the Regional Studies Centre, an independent think tank in Yerevan, Armenia. Richard, good to see you. Thank you for your time. Can you give us your assessment, please, of the current situation in Nagorno-Karabakh?
Well, distressingly, it's what Azerbaijan defines as an anti-terrorist operation designed to restore order, if you will. But it's really an unprecedented military offensive launched by Azerbaijan in the middle of the day. School children walking home from school have been forced into air raid shelters. We see an artillery bombardment that is targeting much of the already beleaguered population that was suffering after 9 months of siege and blockade. In other words, the situation is rapidly escalating, and it is tremendously disturbing in terms of the potential for civilian loss of life.
Richard, could you remind us about the causes of this conflict? Because it's not uncomplicated, is it?
Well, if we go too far back into history, we lose this relevance today. This is very much a lesson learned from a devastating 44-day war only 3 years ago. Azerbaijan has seemingly validated the use of force over diplomacy, and yet again is using force of arms to resolve essentially a diplomatic conflict.
What about potential consequences? I mean, what might happen with the ongoing deployment of troops?
We see two specific dangers or risks. First is the danger of miscalculation, where Azerbaijan goes too far too fast in its military operations, and this quickly spirals out of control. There are vested actors already engaged. Israel and Turkey have been militarily supporting Azerbaijan. Russia, with its small peacekeeping forces, has proven to be ineffective in upholding the terms of a fragile ceasefire in effect since the war 3 years ago. And the real worry here is Azerbaijan militarily is trying to conquer the territory, but doing so threatens to kill much of the population.
Thank you so much for your analysis. That's Richard Giragosian, director of the Regional Studies Centre in Yerevan, Armenia. Thank you.